Welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm Dee.
I'm E.
And today's video is about supermodel Naomi Campbell and some possibly shady situations going on with a charity of hers that apparently has been shut down. I don't know what's going on in the world. What happened with Naomi?
Right, so this article is from the dailymail.co.uk. The title of this article is Naomi Campbell's high profile fashion charity is shut down midway through charity watchdogs probe into financial mismanagement claims.
Ooh.
Yikes. This article is by Charlotte Griffins and Adam Luck. When we know Naomi Campbell has no luck. All right. So the article says Naomi Campbell's high profile Fashion for Relief charity has been shut down amid the charity watchdogs probe into claims of financial mismanagement. The Mail said on Sunday. The charity commissioned last night, which was April 27th. So that was like a week ago or so. The charity commissions confirmed that it had removed the supermodels charity from the UK charity register while it continued its investigation into allegations of misconduct. It follows revelations by this newspaper that official accounts show that during a 15-month period, it spent more than 1.6 million British pounds on a glittering gala in Cannes, but gave just £5,000 for good causes. Where the money at? All right. So the watchdog said it is still conducting an inquiry into Fashion for Relief, which Miss Campbell founded in 2005, saying that she had been inspired by her friend Nelson Mandela telling her to use her voice for good. This is terrible.
Oh.
The charity claimed to have raised more than 11 million British pounds, mostly through glitzy fundraising events held all over the world, including New York, Mumbai, and Moscow. So it's done so. It says Miss Campbell, 53, would take center stage at the galas, appearing in show-stopping designer gowns, and was honored by the British Fashion Council for her services and achievements in the fashion industry in 2009. But concerns were raised in 2021 about how much money was being passed on to people in need after the Mayor's Fund for London lodged an official complaint saying it was owed 50,000 British pounds by the charity. The Mayor's Fund, which helps young Londoners from low-income background, filed a serious incident report with the Charity Commission, which announced a statutory inquiry in November that year. Earlier this week, the charity commissioner spokesman told the newspaper that the charity had been removed from the charity register last month. It came after the watchdog, like I said. And basically, the article keeps repeating itself, but she's off the list. What's going on? Where's the money at? What are we thinking?
Well, apparently, from just really quickly browsing on this article, it does say that Naomi Campbell's worth 63 million pounds, and that she
Mm.
had decided to end the charity prior to the inquiry. But that's odd, right? Because if it was founded in 2005, that's almost 20 years. And did your inspiration go away? Is that why you wanted to close it down? Were you not inspired by your friend Nelson Mandela anymore?
Ooh,
That's a little strange.
Jesus, that was
Just I'm confused. Primarily because I think I find it very reprehensible for any charity, no matter who's the head of it, to mismanage funds, because at the end of the day, charities are supposed to be helping people. And if these sorts of people, these celebrities or these A-listers or millionaires are probably only using it for tax write-offs, then that's not beneficial to anybody. And that's such a, I don't know, it just feels like such a disingenuous thing to do when it's meant to help others. Instead of actually helping them, you're helping yourself. Like, I think that's such a rotten kind of thing to do. Mm. That's it.
I mean, I agree. What else can be said? I just want to know where the money is going. I have looked at some financials for other charities before, just out of curiosity, and I see that a lot of these board directors and executives, they make a lot of money compared to what they're actually giving. I mean,
Hmm.
I understand that people have to make a living and things, but you shouldn't be taking home more than what you're like really supposed to be giving out. That's a concept that I really can't understand. So
Yeah,
I'm thinking
that's fraud.
allegedly.
Well, I'm not saying her situation is, although an investigation is still ongoing, but just, like you mentioned, for example, the financials that you've looked at. I mean, that just seems fraudulent to me. If board members and executives are making so much money off of charities, that just seems counterintuitive or counterproductive, whatever the word is. Like,
Mhm.
how? As far as I know, the people that work in charities, like, they don't make much because essentially this is like a almost like a thankless job, right? You are devoting your time to help give back. That doesn't necessarily mean you get a paycheck out of it. So the fact that, like, board of directors and executives and all that are getting any kind of benefit off of it, I think is just trash.
Yeah. The article also says, as a part of the investigation, Fashion for Relief trustees were restricted from making certain financial transactions in order to protect the charity's property. So who's a trustee? Miss Campbell, of course. Her key aide, Veronica Chow, who is the heiress to a $2 billion, not dollar, British pounds textile fortune, and a socialite and lawyer, Bianca Helmich. So Miss Chow quit the charity days after the commissioner launched its probe in 2021. A spokesperson for the charity said the winding up of the Fashion for Relief was a decision made by the trustee 3 years ago. It was not forcibly closed. But the math ain't mathin'.
No. So you're telling me that a multi-pound millionaire, or just a
Billion.
multi-millionaire, well, no, Naomi, right? Multi-millionaire Naomi, and then a billionaire are allegedly, possibly scheming over here? Not that it's shocking. I mean, they all do the same
That's
thing.
how they stay rich. Just kidding, guys. Allegedly. I'm just gonna throw out that word. Don't sue me. Don't sue us.
Yeah,
But that's really sucky.
it
I don't,
is.
I don't know why people do those kinds of things, and
No,
especially for people that really need it and are really counting for this money. People with low income. I think we just have to overcome so much just to
yeah.
pick it up. So,
Yeah, I don't think it's right. It's like, and it's disappointing because Naomi Campbell has for many years um benefited from her face being attached to so many things. She's made so much money for so many people.
hmm
This would have been like the perfect way to essentially give back by utilizing her very, like, important resource, which is herself. And granted, we don't know if she's aware of whatever possible or alleged mismanagement may be going on, because a lot of the times some of these people are insulated, or they have people that are working for them that are being shady and they don't even know about it. So there is still a chance that maybe Miss Campbell has no idea. Maybe someone is just doing things that she, isn't aware of. Um, but it doesn't look good for the charity to have closed down. Like, that seems a little odd.
I mean, I know here in the States, and I don't remember for charities, but if you're like a public company, that excuse does not fly. Like a CEO is supposed to be knowing what happens in the company, especially financially, I think they even have to sign off along with the CFO.
Mhm.
So her not knowing what's happening with the charity, especially if you're the face of the charity, I think is unacceptable. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy that she wouldn't know.
that's true too. Yeah. But I know that like some people have, for example, the ones who end up owing money to the IRS and everything, and it turns out their accounting was like stealing money from them that they had no idea about. That could be a possibility, but still, you would assume that the person who founded the foundation, who founded the charity, would be a little bit more aware of what
Hmm.
was going on behind the scenes. It's like the Ellen excuse, right? With the toxic work environment allegations and that she
I
didn't know.
I don't believe it. Guys are like financial people. It's Section 302 of the SOX Act, Sarbanes-Oxley, that requires CEOs and CFOs to certify the accuracy of their company's financial statements and disclosures. The certification must also state that the financial statements are fairly represented, and then it gets into accounting jargon. So that's public companies. I'm not sure if there's something for charities, but I don't think that's plausible deniability. Oh, I didn't know.
Right.
Oh, well, somebody else is managing this. I mean, it's your face, ultimately. You're the
Yeah.
one doing bad.
Right. I mean, I think obviously here in America, as you mentioned that article, um I would assume that there should be a little bit more transparency, especially with nonprofits, because they most of them are what 501(c)(3) companies. And so all of their documentation should be, from my understanding, should be public as well. When it comes to like charities and all that stuff. Isn't there like an annual report that has to be done as well? Um
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, so it's like, I mean, it would seem a little bit strange that, you're signing off on something that you're not aware of. But hey, people do that all the time when they sign up for a new website or a new social media app, and you just sign life away without actually reading the contract. So you never know.
Well, guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think Naomi didn't know what was going on allegedly with her company and the mismanagement of funds or funds just disappearing, them not giving people who they promised money to? Like, what's going on there? Or is there like some shadiness going on? Allegedly. Allegedly. Let us know what you think. But that concludes today's video. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our video. We're trying to grow our community so your friends could be our friends so we can all be friends. We also have social media, which Steve will tell you about.
We're on TikTok and Instagram at Hear Me Out DNE. So make sure you guys like, follow, share, and comment. You can also listen to the videos in podcast format via Spotify and YouTube Music.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.